Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I want to do another intro for a new project pan. If you don't know, currently I'm doing an A to Z eyeshadow project pan, which is where you pick an eyeshadow for every letter of the alphabet and you try to hit pan in it. So before this project, a few years back, I did panda palettes and I really enjoyed doing them. I really enjoyed seeing the progress of eventually an empty palette or pan in every eyeshadow of the palette. So I was kind of toying with the idea of doing it again. And I know in that project, in the A to Z project, I have 25 eyeshadows, but currently it's going quite well. So I thought, you know what? I want to throw in another panning project. Also because I just love to see everyone's updates, and with a project Panda eyeshadows, you randomly pick shades and try to hit pan, and I mean, that element's kind of fun to me. So I wanted to do a eyeshadow panning project. I don't know if the focus is working, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm going in and out of focus, but I'm trying this thing with the background and I'm not really sure if I picked the right thing, so we'll see. I'm sorry if I'm going in and out of focus. For my Pan Those Eyeshadows project, I decided to give a little spin on it. Okay, so I've seen the introduction of Ruth Foley or Fowley. I'm not really sure how to pronounce your name, I'm sorry. But she picked prompts for some of the eyeshadows and kind of like themes. So I thought that was a great idea, and I've been inspired by that video to do my own. So I will not randomly pick 5 eyeshadows, but I will randomly select them with a theme, if that makes sense. Because this is my first time, I don't really have any set rules yet. I feel like I want to hit pan on every shadow before I roll them out, but maybe that's too ambitious, but I will find out later. So for now, hitting pan in an eyeshadow means I can roll it out and replace it with a new one. And then I also made the rule to always have one dark matte shade in there, one transition shade, and one shade to set my eyeshadow primer, just because I will be using those anyway, and I have a ton of those in my collection, so I thought it'd be best if they were just in the project. And for those shades, I will just select them myself. I will not randomly select them because that would be kind of a hassle to, you know, make a spreadsheet of all my dark matte shades and all my transition shades and all my lid setting shades. So I will just pick those myself and then try and randomly select the others. So for the first shade, I want to pick it from my focus palette. And my focus palette right now is the I Heart Revolution's Mini Nudes eyeshadow palette. So this is what mine is looking like right now. It has a good variety of nude shades in there. It has a good variety of nudes, but the packaging doesn't close anymore. Like the little snappy thing broke off. It doesn't work. I don't really know what is happening, so I kind of want to move this out of my collection. I'm not really sure yet if I'm gonna finish it completely or just hit pan it, because they are very nude shades and I have like a million of these. So maybe along the way I'll decide, you know, hitting pan is enough. Maybe I want to finish it. So the first shade will come from my focus palette. Then I would like to select a single shadow, because I have a couple single shadows that are currently not in any project. So I would like to select a single shadow. Then I want to select a shade that already has pan, and I'll probably just be picking that because it's also hard to randomly select one. So a shade that already has pan, and I'm probably gonna add a usage goal to that shade. because using it up might take a long time. So maybe I'll do like 20 or 25 uses and then roll it out. And then the last 2 shades I will be picking through using prompts. So yeah, these prompts come from Lainey, and I also found this list through the video that Ruth did. So I will link them both, and I will link the sheet with the prompts. There were some doubles in there, and I mean that's fine, but I took those out. And I also took out the prompts that had pick an eyeshadow that starts with A, B, C, D, E, F, G, because I'm already doing A to Z project, so I'm out of breath. Okay, so let's see. First I will select the 3 shadows that will always be in the project. So a transition shade, a dark matte, and a shade to set my primer. Okay, so the first shadow comes from my Chocolate Elixir eyeshadow palette. That's what that looks like. I'm gonna try and show you without spoiling my A to Z project panning. This is the shade that I've selected. This is the shade Coconut, and as you can see, I already hit pan in it, but it's just a matte transition shade. So I will be using this. Transition, I mean lid setting shade, sorry. Then for my transition shade, I am actually picking a shade that's already in my A to Z project pan. This is from the Zoeva Blank Fusion. It is this shade right here. This is Question of Taste, and I haven't really used it a lot in the project yet, but I figured this would be a good opportunity to use it more. So I also put this in this project. And then lastly, for my dark matte, I will pick one from my focus palette, and I will pick this shade right here. Just a dark brown. Could have also picked this one, but I feel like this is more of a neutral tone, maybe more cool toned. I like that more than this, so I will be picking this one. Okay, and then for the other eyeshadows, a shade from my focus palette, I'm gonna pick this one, and it will be this shade right here. As you can see, I already have quite a big dip in it, so this will be my first pick. Then for a single shadow, I've also selected one that is already in the A to Z project pan, just so I can use it a little bit more. So this is the shade Juno Moon from Nabla. This is also in my A to Z project pan, but it isn't really getting a lot of use, so I decided to also put it in this project. And then a shade that already has pan, so I am picking this shade for a shade that already has pan. This is kind of like a soft orange. I thought that would go well with that shade in my focus palette. That's there. This is another, kind of like an orangey brown. So I thought, you know what, maybe that will work nice together. So I picked that one. Okay, and now for the fun part, we will randomly be selecting 2 prompts out of this spreadsheet that I have in front of me. And then I will pick an eyeshadow. So there are 61 prompts. Let me add that to my pretty random app. Okay, and we're gonna randomize. Let's see. 12 and 12. What? Okay. 12 and 50. So 12 is any shimmer shadow. Okay, that's broad. And 50 is a shadow from a palette with no pans. Okay, so I feel like I can randomize this some more. I have selected a palette that has no pans yet. That is this one, the e.l.f. and I Heart Revolution palette. This is quite new in my collection, so this doesn't have pans. There are 25 shades in here, so I can randomize the shadow from here. And for the shimmer shadows, I'm just gonna randomize and see if it lands on a shimmer shadow, and we'll pick that because I don't really know what shimmer shade to pick. So in my collection, no wait, let's do this palette first. So we'll randomize 1 through 25. Okay, here we go. Number 3. And that is, oh, okay. Here is a number 3. That's a nice, quite neutral shimmery shadow. Okay, I like that. And then my total count of eyeshadows is 317 currently. So I'm gonna randomize 1 through 317 and see if it lands on a shimmer shadow. 129. Colourpop Miss Bliss. So 129 is this shade right here. Let's wait for it to focus. There we go. That is a very shimmery shade. So bingo, I will be panning this one. Okay, so I've tried to swatch the shades for you. Here are the first 3 shades that will always be in the project. So let's see if I want to focus. Yeah. So up here is the dark matte shade from my Focus palette. Here is Question of Taste from the Zoeva Blank palette. And here, you can barely see, is the lid shade from my Makeup Revolution Chocolate Elixir palette. So those are the 3 basic shades. Okay, and I've also swatched the other shades for you guys. Okay, so here we have the 8th shade out of my Focus palette, the Mini Nudes. This is the single Juno Moon by Nabla. Here we have the shade that already had pan, the light orange shade in my Chocolate Orange palette. This is the shade from the e.l.f. palette. And at the bottom there is the Colourpop shade from the Miss Bliss palette. Okay, so that was everything for this video. I hope everything made sense. I'm sorry, I didn't really prepare this. Like, I want to film this, so let's go. So I'm sorry if it was kind of jumbly and rambly. But this is my project Pan Those Eyeshadows / Pan That Palette. Not really, but my take on it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see all of my progress. Progress on my A to Z project is coming soon, so stay tuned for that, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!